Hello, everyone, and good evening. My name is Emmanuel Lisa, a Microsoft 365 administrator of Nene Labs, a sub company of digital consulting, and I will be doing a quick preview, or let's say I'll be showing off my expertise in Microsoft 365, showing off my expertise in my by doing my task as being directed by my manager in the company. So for today, my task will be I have been tasked with implementing of insider risk management as well as data lifecycle management in the Microsoft Purview. So what are we doing under data lifecycle management is to implementation of retention tags and MRM retention policies for the exchange manager, as for the exchange admin center here, which I'll also implement later in the email retention policies for different mailboxes in our company. I'll also be tasked with I'm also being tasked with Azure registration and management of devices in our organization currently in Microsoft Entra registered, as well as management of our devices and with Intune as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'll first start and finish with Microsoft Purview before I move on to different admin centers for our organization. So what I'll do now is I'll duplicate this. While this is loading, we go here and then we click on data lifecycle management. So I'm going to work under Exchange Legacy. We'll touch on classifiers, Explorer, but we'll deal more on Exchange Legacy, MR retention policies, and retention tags. Then we'll come back here and work on retention policies as well. So currently I'm facing some um let's try it again. This is due to platform issues. So let's reload this page. Sorry. Alright, sorry for that intrusion. So by taking a look at this now, we have our data lifecycle management and we see that no retention labels detected. So what we just need to do all we need to do is click on our retention policies. Wait for it to load. Now you can create new retention policies. But first of all, let's just do this for our exchange policy at first. So we now click on MRM tags. Let's create our retention tag first. Create our retention tags. Okay, so let's create our retention tag. So click on create a new tag. Then we call this the digital tech sub. Digital tech sub retention tag. Then say this is a retention tag for Nene Labs sub company. For Exchange Online. Let's correct this. and then we click on next. So for our retention policy, we can choose what we want. Do we want to apply to entire mailbox, that is all the mailboxes, or to apply to default folder, that is such as inbox or deleted items, or by users to items and folders, personal folders, that is Outlook and web app users to apply new messages, etc. So so we can click on automatically the entire mailbox, or just to default folder, that is deleted items. We can choose for inbox or deleted items, so apply this tag to this folder. It can be outbox, junk mail, deleted items, clutter, archive, depending on what specific tag that I want to do. So let's say I want this to apply to inboxes and not deleted items. I can still create one for deleted items as well. So now the retention period, when item reaches the following age. See, these settings determines what action is taken after a specific period of time. So length and retention age is calculated with different times. Then retention period, I can see a, like, let's say 1 year or 730 days. When item reaches 2 years, or you can select never. This setting will disable the retention action, as you can see. So if I select never, we can retain our items indefinitely. Or let's just say 730 days. So we can say permanently delete or delete and allow recovery. So after deletion, user items can recover items. So I click on delete and allow recovery, then click on next. 730 days, temporary recoverable. Then click on submit, and now I've created my retention tag in Microsoft Purview. Tag created. We click on done. Sorry, let me reload this. So all we need to do now is go over to our MRI retention policy. Okay, this is for definitely platform issues. So wait for this to load, and then we create a new policy. Click on create a new policy and say the digital MRM exchange retention policy. Then I click select a tag that will add. Now look for the tag, wait for it to load. Look for sorry. Let me go back. Sorry for that intrusion. So we have our new retention tag here for the tech sub startup company. We click on our MRM retention policy to create a new retention policy. Now we click on new policy. Now we insert the name of our policy and click on next. Oh, sorry. We add the tag. We need to add the tag. Now, in addition of this tag, we search the name digital. This is the tag we'll add. Then click on delete and recovery. Add and click on add. Then click next and then we click on submit. Now we are creating our policy. So sorry, due to some technical issues, let's attempt this again. So this policy, we click on add, we click on next, then let's submit this. Okay. So I corrected it. Turns out the issue was from the naming of my retention policy. So I had to remove MRM and everything. And now our policy has been created. So we can go straight to the admin center, but we won't do that for now. We'll do that later. Let's implement insider risk management for my organization as I'm being tasked by my manager. Okay, so I'll click on done, and now this is available. Click on refresh, click on refresh. Ensure our policies are right there. So digital exchange, the digital MRM exchange retention policy is here. So what we'll do next, we can look at our retention policies. So we can use our retention policy to retain our team's chats as well as emails and other policies as well. And you can label the policies as well. You can publish our label after we finish creating our retention policies. So what we do, let's look at our retention labels from a company. Let's create a label. So let's say this is our digital retention label for retention. Microsoft lineup. This is to alert the other admins of what I have done here. Manual. Click on next. So under our label settings, retain items forever or for a specific period. So it says labeled items won't. Let's go with this. So let's look at enforce actions after a specific period. So we'll create more retention labels. So let's click next. So So users can label the items. But let's see when it was created. Hello everyone, sorry about that. We'll be attempting this again. be attempting this again on the retention labels after having done our micro exchange legacy retention labels and retention policies. We're retaining these. So what we need to do now under our labels, under our policies, let's refresh this and see if anything will come up. Okay, so nothing came up, so we first need to just let's say new retention policies, and then also we can work on our retention labels. Let's see. Okay, let's not do this for now. Let's focus on creating our retention labels first before we can move on to insider risk management. So we start by creating our retention labels. Let's create a retention label. We call this the digital tech sub. The tech sub, digital tech sub, remote, remote retention policy for clients. This is strictly for our clients. Say for clients, yes, for our clients, yes. So our problem is okay. We seeked out a way. We are seeking a way to retain content, because this to retain our content in Yammer as well as our team chats, and this will be published to our Exchange and OneDrive accounts for our users and employees in this organization. Okay, so for the description, I'll say this is a retention policy, no, a retention label to be published for OneDrive and Exchange for users and these clients. So we'll click on this is for files in TechSoup. So we'll click on next. So we will apply the settings you choose to label. We will apply the settings you choose to label the items. So we can define our label settings. So we can retain items forever or for a specific period. Enforce actions after this period. So you can choose the settings if you want to classify the label items. These items should be retained and your user won't be restricted from editing, moving, or deleting them. So let's say I'll choose just label items. Just label items. Or rather, You say enforce actions after a specific period. Then for how long? Let's select a custom period. It will be deleted after like 4 years, they will be retained. And then when items were created, when items are created actually, and click on next. Then settings after period, you can extend the period by choosing an existing label to replace this one. But after 5 years they can be deleted, or we can change the label. So we'll change the label. God bless you. Be fucking careful. So as I was saying, delete items automatically. We will permanently remove labeled items from wherever they are stored, or you can change the label. So we click on this. Let's review and create. Review all that we have done. Review retention settings, retention action, delete only, retention period based on when it was created. Let me edit this. Retain. Let's see retain. Items were created. next. So what did I use? Okay, retain items forever for a specific period. Items will be retained. They will be deleted from where they are stored. When items are created, start a deposition review. This is the best. We start a deposition review to ascertain whether it should be deleted or not. You can change the label or run a Power Automate flow. You can deactivate retention settings. Deactivate retention settings. Labeled items won't be retained or deleted when their retention settings are deactivated. Okay, so a disposition review is best. Now let's assign let's assign our reviewers, create stages and assign reviewers. So let's say after 30 days, disposition approval, disposition review, then reviews can consist of multiple stage. We have let's create of a stage name, add a stage. We have the onset. Let's call it the onset stage. You create a 3-stage disposition review. Then select reviewers for the onset stage. The onset stage will add Henry Harris. Let's add Henry Harris. We need another reviewer. The reviewer can be added to more than one stage. Michael. No, okay, set another stage. The screening stage. You call it the screening stage. Excuse me. Screening stage. Click on OK. Now for this screening stage, if reviewers extend the retention period, reviewers in the next stage won't be notified. also deletion stage or extension stage. Deletion or extension stage. So we click on this. For the deletion, manual. Standard. Manual. AO. Let me try someone else. Informal. James. No, not James. Aisha. Okay, so let's click on all devices. All devices as well. Shot. Let's click for it to load. Let's leave it at that. We'll click on OK. Deposition approval. Automatically occur for items pending 30 days in each stage. Okay, that is too long. Let's reduce it to 14 days. disable this. Yes, okay, not 14 days. Let's reduce it to 7 days. So 7 days after approval, to automatically approve. Click on OK. Let's say deposition review. We click on next. Let's review all that we did. Let's just edit this. If this is where it will be deleted. Days is okay. 90 days is enough time for deletion. Let's make it custom. Yeah. So company policy. Rather than automatically delete items, we click on next, then create label. So our label is being created. Created retention labels. Create retention labels. So we're creating our retention label and waiting for this to submit. So you wait a while for this to submit. For our Intune task, we're reloading this. So wait for this to submit for now. After having submitted, if we refresh, we see that our retention policy label has already been created. So we're going to publish this retention label. We can decide to publish it. We can publish the label, we can edit the label, or to apply the label, explore items, activity, or we can delete the label. So let's publish this label. We're going to publish this label. And click on next. Let's see for the full directory instead, or let's add for the admin unit. It's for Nene Labs Nigeria. And click on next. Click next. Then choose the type of retention policy to create. Adaptive or static. So I will choose adaptive for it to adapt and update itself. I need to manage and update the policy. So let's make it adaptive. Let's add our scopes. Let's add our scope. Wait for our scopes to load. Let's create an adaptive scope. Static scope, say in Linux. Oh, sorry, this is the text of Nigerian scope, text of UK scope for the parent company, digital. Then select our admin unit. Let's say regional office. Regional office. No. It should be the same. So you select Microsoft. What type of scope do you want to create? So create a query. Since we're entering users, job title, go to say administrator. user administrator. Let's add another attribute. Say and say display name department is equal to say department starts with human resources. Okay, this is just to tweak what we want. Click on next, and then I click on submit to create this adaptive scope for our retention label. So our scope has been created. So we can do more, but we continue with what we were doing previously. Okay. So let's publish our label again. Ensure that the label policy or the admin unit in the adaptive label scope must be the same as what is in the publish label. So start adaptive label. Let's add our scope. Text of scope. So choose relations, yes, yes, yes. Exchange mailboxes and OneDrive accounts, exactly. Then the name of our policy, nene slash textup. Nene textup retention policy. This policy is to help retain content subject to a disposition review for users. We click on next, and then we submit, and we have created our retention label. So say this will within a week, so we wait. Retention label published. Then click on done.
up and down. So what next? Under retention labels, you can review our retention policies. Let's refresh this. These are label policies. Okay, retention label policies, retention label policies, retention labels. Policy lookup. So we also let's create a retention policy as well. Text of clients. This policy is for text up. Ghana and Nigeria. Regional office. You click on adaptive. Other scope. Create another adaptive scope as well for this.
So this is for desktop users. For scope, we scope it down to many labs. No, sorry, regional office. Then click on save. That's for policy scope. We click on next. So we adaptive, we be static. Let's go for static. We will later manually update the retention policy. So where will be applied to? Let's apply to Exchange public folders, Teams channels. Okay, Teams channels, Teams private channels. Normal combination. No, not mailboxes, just OneDrive account, SharePoint, Teams channels. Mm. Although usually I even edit the OneDrive account. Okay. The policy will apply to content that is stored in the locations you choose. Let's go back. Let's remove this. Start the retention period. Decide if you want to retain content, delete it, or both. Even if users delete them, let's say you can retain the items. Do nothing, just nothing. You can choose to retain items forever. So for company policies, let's just delete it after. Next. Okay, that's right. Since it is scope to this, let's click on do nothing. Then submit. So our retention policy has finished creating. And you click on done. Okay, so that's that on retention policies and data lifecycle management in Microsoft Purview. So now we need to go over to insider risk management. So we are in insider risk management. So I'll perform a separate video documentations for insider risk management.